Family, this white guy here is one of the realest white guys I've come across. He's one of the realest white guys I've come across. The man keep it so real. I love him. He keep it so real. You don't sugarcoat it. You just call it how you see it. Check it out. Subscribe to him because he's keep it really, really real. He's keep it hungry. The kids will say, he's keep it one hand. He's keep it one hand. One hand. He's keep it one hand. Hang on, folks.
Economic firing squad of corporate power. They used to spray their bullets like a mass shooter all across the global south. Well, America is descending into madness. You're descending into madness because you're cursed. That's why I've said you cannot properly analyze geopolitics. You cannot properly analyze geopolitics if you exclude the reality of divine justice. You cannot exclude God from your assessments. You can't exclude Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from your forecasts. And you cannot be as unjust, as brutal, as degenerate, as wicked as America has been, and actually think that the consequences are not going to be severe.
True that.
You understand? The suffering of whole continents at your hands is going to ricochet back onto America.
True that.
I said you're cursed.
True that.
You know it and I know it. That's the truth. We both know this. Because you can't have any sort of religious sense, any religious sense of justice, and not know that. Even if you call yourself a Christian, if you call yourself believing in God in any way whatsoever, you cannot pretend that you don't know that America is cursed, and it has been cursed ever since you all landed over there in the first place and started massacring the indigenous people and stealing their land. What your Zionist brigades are doing to the Palestinians right now is just a fraction of what you did to the Native Americans.
True that.
What Hitler did was a fraction of what you did, in fact. And you really think that you were going to be able to escape the consequences of that?
Hell no.
Of course not. Obviously not. Why do you even think for a minute that you could escape the consequences of decimating millions upon millions of people? To think that you would get away with that, wallahi, to even think that you could get away with that,
nope.
To even think that you would never be held accountable for that is blasphemy. It's blasphemous for you to think that you could get away scot-free. Especially when you have never even done anything ever since then, except to compound the wrongdoing and to add to your record of crimes. You understand me? You have done nothing to atone. You haven't done anything to atone for what you have done.
Nothing.
You and I both know that. Genocide, chattel slavery, rape, torture, lynching, murder, dehumanization, discrimination, segregation, exploitation, subjugation, war all around the world. Well, what sort of a God do you worship that would turn a blind eye to all of that?
For real. For real.
What kind of a God did you have in mind when you say God bless America? Because I know you're not talking about the God. I know you're not talking about the creator of the universe.
Nope.
Bless America for what? Bless America for what?
All the bullshit they do.
What you did and then say God bless America, that's just another blasphemy.
True that.
Well, you're taking the Lord's name in vain when you say God bless America. That's the truth.
This is the fall of America. It will be a quick, sudden disappearance. You'll sleep, you'll wake up, you'll hear America's gone. America, USA, was the reason for so many people to fall, to stumble and fall. Because of the technology, Hollywood, entertainment, money, power, you name it, America became the stumbling stone for so many people worldwide. Just like she made people fall, she will fall also.
True that.
She will fall also.
And it's happening every day.
Until verse 20, people mourned, people rejoiced over her fall. But verse 21 to 24, God himself will strike her down. Verses 21.
And you better believe it. And you better believe it.
God himself will strike her down. Look at verse 21. Then a mighty angel here is the wrath of God. A mighty angel represents the wrath of God. Then a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone. This great millstone, in the olden days, they used the millstone to crush grains of wheat and turn it into powder. Yes, the millstone used to be used to crush grains of wheat and turn it into powder. So this mighty angel, who is the wrath of God, took up a stone like a great millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, thus with violence the great city Babylon shall be thrown down and shall not be found anymore. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And this great city, Babylon, is the UN by the support of America. Like this heavy millstone, when thrown into the sea, it sinks immediately. Thus will be the disappearance of the great city Babylon. It will be a sudden fall.
Which is America.
You'll sleep, you'll wake up,
And blam.
here, America's gone. That's how sudden it will be. Because this mighty angel, who is the punishment of God to America, he threw this stone like a great millstone. When you throw a heavy stone into the sea, what happens? It goes down straight away, doesn't it? Doesn't get afloat and then sinks slowly. No, sinks immediately. Quick, sudden sinking. This is the fall of America. It will be a quick, sudden disappearance. But the problem of verse 21, and it will be seen no more. So when America falls, it will never recover. Never. That will be the end of America as a superpower. You know, like Egyptian empire, a superpower.
They fall.
There's still Egypt. They're still Egyptians, but they are no longer superpower.
They fall.
For thousands of years they haven't. And all the empires that
Rome.
once they fell, they never recovered.
Rome.
But the people are still there, but no more. So when America falls, there will be America, but no more a superpower. No more a superpower. Finito.
America is like